While talking about the consent management document released by the Government of India, today we are going to discuss the technical requirements for consent that have been laid out in the document. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about consent management's technical requirement laid down by the Government of India. To begin with, what are the core expectations from the system? You are taking consent of data, and there are stakeholders, there are principals. These principals are your stakeholders because it's their information. These could be your prospects, these could be your customers, and these could be your vendors and other associates also. These also include your internal stakeholders, the responsible people like your data protection officers, the legal and compliance teams, because they are the ones who are going to answer to the regulator if in case there is any issue, even to the principals or the data protection board as well, right? So what are the expectations that the government has set? The government says that you should have very secure APIs for all the interfaces that are used for requesting, for viewing, and even for revoking consents, right? The APIs should be robust and secure. There should not be a possibility of hacking at the API level. You should have logs and consent version tracking enabled for all consents. The access of the consent management system should be real time. Users can access it anytime, and it should work in high availability. High availability means the application is working on one infrastructure, and alternate infrastructure should be set ready so that if this one fails, the other one takes over. And the storage should be scalable. In fact, the entire infrastructure should be scalable, because what if the number of users accessing the consent management software simultaneously starts increasing? You have more users, then the probability of more people accessing it together would increase, right? Similarly, metadata. So if you have more users, the metadata would increase. A big and very important thing, though worldwide, especially in India, multilingual. We have a lot of languages and dialects, so in your consent software should have the option of all possible languages. If you think you are localized in a state, let it be localized with an option of Hindi and English, right? But if you think you are national, then there have to be multiple options, and the user interface should be able to support that. The wording should be very, very simple for all age groups, even children can understand. Accessibility should be built in with aligned with the standards of WCAG 2.1, and there should be a uniform access or experience across all platforms. Different platforms. You would have a phone capturing data, you will have a website capturing data, you will have a user interface otherwise capturing data. Customer experience should be uniform. External integrations with important national security tools, you can say, in a way, like Aadhaar authentication, DigiLocker. It's easier, you go to an app and it supports DigiLocker authentication, so it automatically talks to DigiLocker and gets your data verified, right? So leverage the DigiLocker APIs. Enable identity verification through Parental console through Aadhaar authentication, and integrate only with the government approved or compliant APIs. That will make your life simpler. And then what about revocation of consent or expiry of consent? Automation in terms of expiry. Consent expiry should be tracked. Revocation should be easy. If your interface is easy, revocation should also be easy. Should be granular is something which is a very standard thing. But expiry should also be tracked, and there has to be an automatic system of consent getting expired depending on the date or the event set. Like you say, I collect your information for 3 months, or I collect your information and I'll retain it for 3 months at the end of the project, right? So whatever event you have defined, whatever date you have assigned, the consent should be revocable or should get revoked automatically when it is about to expire or revoked automatically. Then you should notify the user so that if he wants, he can log in and give another consent, right? So there has to be a logic for reconsenting. Finally, interoperability with consent managers. Consent managers are available in different forms, as I said earlier, also on your mobiles, on your smartphones, on your websites, on your applications where you are asking for consent. They should be interoperable, right? They should be integrated with the authorized consent manager software. Exchange consent tokens should get easily exchanged across platforms. Registry based validation should be done for the system, and there should be a traceability across data sharing chains, so that you should always know from where the consent came in, from where is it revoked, and all the login details with respect to the consent. So that's about the technical requirements for DPDP consent. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.